Hey guys, Momo Guru back, and I'm here to walk you through a server scan mission. Alright, before we can do a server scan mission, you're going to need to buy some specialized software. So let's go ahead and hop into the GPS module, and we are going to connect ourselves to Momo Gurus. So hit your database view, you'll see the software shop as the top link, and go ahead and hit the connect button. Now once we've connected to Momo Gurus, we're going to jump into the system apps, and we are going to purchase a server scanner, and we're going to purchase a Notepad. Using the Notepad with the server scanner is a great little tool, and it'll definitely help save you time when you're doing missions. Alright, jump into the software menu, and we're going to click into System Apps. And fourth on the list here is the server scan software. So go ahead and purchase that. It'll cost you about $5,000. Now keep in mind it's going to use 50 memory to install, so if you don't have your memory upgraded, you might not be able to put a lot of programs on your memory bar down here, and you may need to clear some off by using this little X and dropping it onto one of your memory boxes. Alright, now let's go ahead and close the GPS, and we're going to scroll underneath the server scan is the Notepad. Let's go ahead and pick that one up. It's pretty small, short and sweet, should install quickly. Alright, so now we've got the programs we need. So let's go ahead and jump into our file manager. You can see we've now got the server scan and the Notepad. Let's install them both. Go ahead and drag it from the file manager into your memory bar. And once the program is completed installing, then we're going to grab the Notepad and do the exact same. Now, you don't have to have the Notepad to do a server scan mission. However, there is a search functionality inside the Notepad that allows you to do those missions a little bit faster. So it's not a bad idea to go ahead and pick the Notepad up while you can, aside from the fact that you can create notes and kind of map your way through a server and take any notes that you need to that might help you for future missions. Alright, so now we've got our software installed. Let's go ahead and take a look at what the mission wants us to do. So to pick up a server scan mission, open up your agent profile and jump into the mission server. And we're looking for something that says scan a server for private files or a client file scan. It really doesn't matter which ones you do, but go ahead and pick one. As long as it says scan in the title, you're good to go. Alright, so we've got a mission here. It's telling us that we're going to need the server scanner software. It tells us we're going to have to target some file directories and navigate our way through the documents to the client file server. Now there's really no way for us to tell what the client file server is until we find that file that matches that document. And once that happens, using your Notepad, you can make yourself a little note saying that this document holds the client files. So let's go ahead and accept this mission and open up our email. And we can see we've got one right here. Let's scoot that over to the side. We're going to scroll down just to the mission objectives. So our objective is to connect to Masula.corp, and we are going to scan for FF025B data scan. Alright, now one thing to note about the server scan missions, they're training missions to help you learn the server scan software. They can be boring, they can be mind-numbingly tedious on the eyes. However, it's important that you learn the ins and outs of the server scan and how to use your Notepad with them. So, there is no trace that occurs when you do server scan missions. You're not directly connecting to the server, therefore you have not committed a crime, and you will notice that the active trace does not start beeping. Well, with low risk is low reward, so these missions do not pay very much. However, you can do 5, 10, 20 of them in a matter of minutes once you understand how they work. You should be raising up levels quick and getting some needed cash so that you can buy some real programs to do some real missions. Alright. So we need to open up the server scanner, and we need to scan for Masula Corp. So I'm going to go ahead and select that out of the mission. I'm going to put it up in here in the domain and hit paste. Now the first document that will be scanned is the index document. So go ahead and hit the scan button. Now you'll notice it takes a little minute here for the server scanner to complete, but as you upgrade your hardware, your system will make this program run a lot faster. Alright, once the scan is complete, you get this results box that shows you there are 5 links from the index page. So, these links are a link back to the same page, a link to the employee login area, a link to the public records, a link to the news, and a link to the administration login. So what we're going to do is jump into the employee login area and try to see if we can find the file that holds client files, because that's what our mission is specifying. And you can see now that this scan is producing something that says password link, and it shows another link that you can scan. Well, this is telling us that there is a security checkpoint on that page that will require a password cracker. Well, because we're just doing scans, we're not breaking the security, so we can just click that link and go ahead and take a peek at what's behind that page. And as you see, once the scan is complete, it gives us more links. But also notice here at the bottom we've got an active tracer, which means as soon as we crack that security checkpoint on Masula Corp, a trace will be activated. It will give us 150 seconds, and it's a small little level 1 trace. All right, so we are looking for where the files might be located. I don't think they're in the chat room or the proxy. They're definitely not in the main menu, but they are in the employee file server. So let's jump into the employee file server here. And you notice that each time I scan a document, the doc ID changes over here. Alright, so now we're presented with a scan that shows us that there are 6 different logins for 6 different file servers on the employee file server page. So we don't know which one is which. So let's go ahead and start at number 1. Now after you scan the first login page, I'm guessing because it's a login, it's going to show us another security checkpoint. And you can see right here it is. It's saying that there's a firewall on this page. And if we click that link behind the firewall, we'll see that we're looking at a file called DAT file server 1, separated by underscores. Alright, so now we land on a page like this where it's showing us what files are on that page. Now we can't download them, we can't access them, but at least we know what they are. And you can see the files are separated by little spaces. You've got the ID number, you've got the name of the file, and you've got the size of the file. Now server scan missions will only ask you for either the ID, the name, or the size of the file. So they'll give you a little bit of information so you know what you're looking for. And you can see right here they're telling us that the name of the file we're looking for is FF02B5 data scan. Now for those of you who are computer junkies like myself, you'll recognize that FF02B5 as hex code. Now here's how hex code works. It's a number system that goes from 0 to 9 and A through F. So if you take a look at these files, you'll see that they're all in alphabetical order according to 0 through 9, A through F. Now after we've scanned this page, I noticed that there is no FF. All of these files are FE. So obviously this is not the correct directory. Now looking at this document, you see that we're DAT file server 1. So I'm going to go back into the link that says employee file server. It will rescan the page that I was just on and providing me with links to get into the other files, and we're going to go into employee file server 2 login. I'm guessing there'll be another firewall security checkpoint on there, and there is. But look at this. This shows DAT file server underscore 2. So let's go ahead and click that page. Now I've noticed that the first page we scanned was page number 1. This is page number 2. So when I go through the list and I see that there are no FFs, rather than clicking back and rescanning, what if I just went over here and changed that to a 3? Let's see if something shows up. And of course you know it will. I wouldn't waste your time. Alright, so now we've scanned bypassed by going through those extra clicks, and now we're just scanning the documents. And I see that there is no FF here, so I'm going to go to page 4. I remember there were 6 pages. So once I find the page that has the FF, and it was telling us in the mission description that we were looking for the client file server, I might want to make a little Notepad document saying that client file server is on this page or that page. And there's page 4. Oh, look at that. We've got some FFs. So this could be the page we're looking for. Now the file ID or the file name starts with FF02. So let's scroll down. I'm at FF. There it is, right there. I see it. FF02B5 data scan. Now what the mission is asking us for is the ID number. So let's take a look, and we can see that the ID number is 5531468. So I go over here and reply, and I say 5531468, and I hit send. And look at that. I just made $570. I didn't commit a crime, I didn't start a trace, and I have no logs to remove. Now, don't stop there. Let's open up our Notepad here, because we're going to make a document. We're going to make a document that helps us keep track of what these pages are. So I'll title the document File Server Links. And in the document, I'm going to say that the client file server is equal to dat underscore file underscore server underscore 4. So now I can hit add new file. The information has been saved. If you take a look here in your file manager, I can close that document, and now for future reference I just move my notepad over, and I know that any mission that is asking me for a client file server, I don't even have to bother navigating through the server. I am just going to take this information, paste it right into the document, and scan it. So once you figure out what all 6 are, it should be very easy for you to make these scans. Now let's take it a step further. We are going to save this scan as a document. So let's go ahead and click the Save button, and you'll notice that we've got SR for scan results and then a unique ID. Let's go ahead and tuck our notepad into our programs and our server scanner into our programs, so that now all we're looking at is these documents. I'm going to go ahead and create a new folder called Docs. Add the folder, and I'll put these in here. Now go into your Docs folder and pull out your notepad, and look at that. You've got everything listed right there. So if the mission is asking you for something on a particular page and you've already scanned that page, let's say it's asking you to find the name of a file with an ID 72588072, just hop up into here, your search, paste it in, hit the search button, and it tells you everything you need to know right there. It doesn't get much more faster than that. But there's one more thing you should pay attention to. You'll notice here it says match found on line 15. Well, let's say I was doing a mission to delete a file or to copy a file on the client file server. Well, that means I'm going to have to be in the browser, and there's no search functionality in the browser. So when I get to this list of files, I'm going to have to scroll through and just make my eyes bleed until I find that file. Or I could scan my document and it'll tell me that it's on line 15. And that'll give me a general idea about how far down I'm going to have to scroll to see that document. Well, there you have it. Using the server scanner and the notepad is an incredibly powerful tool to help you complete other missions. And that's why you need to do them. So, Momoguru signing off. I hope you understand how that works now. And I will keep covering how to use different programs and software to complete your missions in future tutorials. If you got any questions or comments, hit the links below. Alright guys, see you next time.